From Creamer Media in Johannesburg, this is the Real Economy Report. City of Johannesburg and City Power last month unveiled electric vehicle charging stations at City Power's offices in Booysens that constitutes phase 1 of an EV charging station rollout program that will eventually see widespread EV charging infrastructure across Johannesburg being installed. Malene Arnoldi tells us more.
City Power says the EV charging stations are a pioneering step towards a cleaner and more sustainable energy future for the city. The 14 charging points are open for use by the public in addition to the service vehicles of City Power and government entities. Johannesburg is the first municipality in the country to commission EV charging stations for government's fleet of service delivery vehicles. City of Johannesburg also aims to electrify the Metrobus fleet as the EV charging station rollout program is expanded. Johannesburg Mayor Celo Dada Morero tells us more about the benefits of having EV charging stations rolled out in the city.
Well, I think the benefits are huge. It's issues around climate change, protecting the environment. So there's a lot of benefits that one would see. This ones will also be available to the general public. As long as they're on EV, they're invited to come and charge here. The whole day will be providing through the solar charging. In the afternoon, our inverters come into to help ensure that we sustain the provision of charging here. And we are looking at rolling them out. Once we are done with the second phase, we'll then have a rollout into our regional areas to ensure that people can reach them wherever they are. It will be so nice to be next to a restaurant whilst your vehicle is charging there, or you're in the office at work, your vehicle is charging there, and you know it is in a safe place. When you come out, you just press. Of course, we're gonna miss the VURPA a bit, but I suppose those who are manufacturing these cars will find a way of integrating the VURPA. As you know, South Africans, we love VURPA.
City Power is steadily converting its fleet of 680 vehicles to plug-in hybrid or full EVs, which is expected to save the entity more than 40 million rand in fuel costs over a 5-year period. Next, the city will look to introducing superchargers for faster charging within 15 minutes, as well as battery energy storage systems to buy and store electricity in off-peak periods for EV charging. City Power Acting CEO Charles Tluane elaborates on the rollout plan and envisioned cost savings.
So you'll remember in the past few years, I think 2014, the entities developed a greener approach in the environment, and there were fleets that were brought in the entity just to try and test, but of course they were hybrid. So fast forward, the market was very much reluctant in bringing in the EVs because of the charging stations. So what you need to do is to encourage the market to bring in these EVs. But it can't be encouraged if you don't have the charging stations. And it's not only this responsibility of the public sector to do that. I think the government has to do that. So City Power, as part of the government, is rolling out these EVs. And one of the key factors is that as we go into the new financial year, we start rolling out all these EVs. So currently we've got about 400 fleets that are fuel combustion, and then we want to phase it out. As we roll out all these things, we didn't just want to go, but without us having the infrastructure in place. So now that we have the infrastructure in place, the next financial year, then we start scaling down on the fuel combustion, and then we increase on the EVs from the trucks, from our normal vehicles, and then based on the budget that we'll be receiving from the city, we'll then indicate exactly how much that will be done. Of course, the tariff will be different. That's one of the things. But equally so, we've tested enough that the savings as we do the comparison with the fuel tank and comparison with the full charge, with a normal car that can take around 600 kilometers, you are likely to spend in the region of 300 if you charge. 300 rands, 360, 300 rands if you charge. But when you look at the fuel combustion, you spend a region of around 1,000 and 1,002. So it's more money into people's pockets. They're able to deal with many other things. They're able to pay for services, extra services that they might have consumed on behalf of them and other companies as well in the city.
With the city encouraging the uptake of EVs to lower carbon emissions, residents will experience lower air and noise pollution levels. City Power also plans to convert its diesel generators to electric generators for backup power purposes. Kluane expands.
Of course, that is a no-brainer. It is actually exciting us. I mean, we are seeing today how we are living in climate change and all that. And with the zero net targets, carbon that we have, it is going to reduce. But of course, we are measuring all these things. So we will be able to see in the reports as they keep on coming in, how much are we reducing. But over and above that, we have a fleet of generators that we use, and we are using diesel. And as we transition into that, and we use them where we are unable to restore power supply in many of our communities at that point in time, at that particular point. So, but then if we bring in all this, it then give a change. Then we'll be changing also the generators to, electric generators. So it's a very exciting time for us. Less noise. The city will be quiet. As we move, there's no noise in terms of sounds of many generators, engines moving around. If you can go to China, for an example, and many other countries, it's like we're not in the city. It's quiet. It's because of the EVs that are taking place, and we need to roll out this kind of infrastructure.
That's Creamer Media's Real Economy Report. Join us again next week for more news and insight into South Africa's real economy. And don't forget to listen to the audio version of our Engineering News daily email newsletter.